It's okay. Off the mic, it's okay. Off the mic,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Aha. Now you not done here, all these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. Where they thief our money, we no want make the common man get waiting supposed get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one. My ego, you go show na paper. My ego diary political. So my people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Ha, this one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is brunch time with Mayegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Ó bá ṣeré, àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún diary, Máyégún #1. Ó sì tún ṣeré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún diary, Máyégún.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Diary.
Remember, it is an open mic where you can phone in anytime, add your own, your own contribution to the conversation. Read the topic, read the description, like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell every one of them that Mayegun today. Yes.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun today.
Mayegun today.
So the conversation this afternoon or this morning, we'll call it brunch time. It is to dig into that kind of like a mind frame where people are expected to, you know what I mean? Like they're expected to be seen to be fighting for Nigeria. Some will say Nigeria is not worth fighting for. Others said Nigeria is not worth dying for. But we still see people out there telling you that they are fighting for Nigeria. Because you realize later that the real obstacle to that fight is the same Nigerians that you think are victims of the failed system. Therefore, if you want to fight for Nigeria, you must fight Nigerians. How? Is it going to be worth it at all? Those of you in that kind of a business, is it worth it? So you have the line opened and you can chip in anytime, any moment as the conversation kicks off. But it's first thing first. Share the broadcast and happy new month, of course. Thank you. Share this. There are other adjoining stories, by the way, but yeah, that's going to be for the next hour. Can you fight for Nigeria? Genuinely? Unconditionally? So you need to share that with us. What is your own experience personally? Those of you who have taken it upon yourself to at least advocate for a better Nigeria, who are your main, obstacles, the real people you're fighting? You're probably going to agree with me that they are Nigerians. Those who will give excuses for the criminals ruining their lives, they will stand by those who continue to trade their lives for shiny things. When everyone believes in today's Nigeria that things are not going well, even the criminal politicians themselves agree. They have said that in the open many times, that Nigeria is not really that there yet. But tell everybody that Mayegun today. Today. So good morning to you once again, or welcome to the brunch time with Mayegun. And this afternoon, you know, what we do on Mayegun's Diary Political that is so interesting is that when you join to watch Mayegun, in your first 10-15 minutes into that, to the conversation, you are likely going to begin to see where you belong in the scheme of things when we are talking about that contraption. Are you a closet praise singers, or are you a public, shameless individual that cannot be shamed, that is, pushing and defending the rogues in government? So we need to, on Mayegun's Diary Political, it's going to make you get to know where you belong, even if you have been pretending. above it all. Everybody will get to understand, their own role in whatever states that Nigeria is and Nigerians. So fighting for Nigeria. I mean, people say that like it is a patriotic thing to fight for your country, right? Where the people who love their country will never allow some group of criminals to hijack their country and then turn it 360 degree, a 180 degree around to the direction they want it to be, which is not the direction that works for the majority. And everybody sees it. They say it's not working. This is not working. But the moment you decide to probably take it upon yourself to challenge those who are responsible, surprisingly, the same Nigerians who are the victims, right, the same ones who are complaining about the situation, suddenly they are divided. And they begin to, throw in the tribe, religion, class, and so many other things to get the entire important conversation, right, diluted, deflected, enough that you won't even have that strong voice to force the hand of the responsible criminals. So why is that? So the question today is, I have been there, but I have never, projected myself as somebody who is fighting for anybody. I've said that many times. The reason is because you can't fight for Nigerians. I promise you, you can't. The only two reasons why you can say you are fighting for Nigerians are, one, you are so ignorant, and in your ignorance, you have probably ascribed this black Jesus something to yourself that it's needed to be done. By ignoring these existing factors, but you still kind of like go ahead and say, yeah, you're fighting for Nigeria. Ignorance. It can be innocent and it can be stupid. The other one is that you actually know what you are doing. Because right now, the easy trade that can possibly attract some people to you, or possibly even get you a seat at the table of these rogues, is to be a populist that knows that this contraption can't be fixed, not the way it is set up. And if nobody is proposing something different from this current structure or setup, right, then you know what you are doing. You're just taking advantage of it because you are a fraud. The moment you get what you want, the entire system will swallow you. So two reasons why anybody will say they are fighting for Nigeria. I respect both, because somehow, right, some people have managed, to see what a chaotic, country that these guys have made Nigeria, and it is on purpose. So it is better to not swim against the tide, just flow with the current. And they have different ways by promising you that Nigeria has hope and telling you to either pray or blame you by telling you that you need to be more patriotic. But when it is time for you to hold the rogues responsible for all of this, to hold them responsible, right? Then you are divided. Everybody will begin to say, leave him alone. Is he the first person? Leave him alone. Is it because he's a Yoruba man? Is it because he's an Igbo man? Or is it because he's a Muslim or a Christian? Same victims, though. The victims of these rogues. So people will tell you that, it is exhausting, but we just still have to. Now, I am not saying that those of you who have chosen that path, right? I'm not saying that you should probably drop it too. I'm just questioning it. Because people, it is believed that if you think you want to fight for Nigeria, then you would have to fight Nigerians in the process. Because you think you are fighting for Nigeria for the sake of Nigerians, but by the time you look at your back, the same set of Nigerians will be the ones holding the stick, the stone, the knife, and the rest of that. And you'll be wondering that why would Nigerians so invested in kind of like destroying someone who has no clear power to impact on their lives and what have you like. And they ignore those who are really responsible, those who are rolling out policies after policies that enabled terrorists to continue to spread, kill Nigerians, kidnap them, and Nigerians are supposed to be united on that. Right? Like, you don't have to say you are Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, or anything at all. The fact that if you actually love Nigeria, if you are a real Nigerian, right, and you love Nigeria, it should get your blood boiling. That some people are getting paid. These guys are living their best life, Abi, while Nigerians are being slaughtered. That should rile you. But because majority of you are lying to yourselves about being Nigerian, in truest sense of it, one-on-one, I don't think anyone with his sane mind will profess and say, and honest as well, sane and honest, will honestly say, oh, I love Nigeria, my country. People say that too, but they don't mean it. You know, when people say they love Nigeria, their country, when they want to try to glorify abnormalities, for instance, in the midst of this chaos, you may see an Agberu fighting a soldier, right? And then in public, like maybe not fighting a soldier, beating an Agberu. And then it's created a traffic and everybody is there trying, they couldn't do anything. Somebody will be like, man, I love Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria this guy Tefi happened. He will tell you he loves Nigeria for that. They will look at those who have amassed wealth in such corrupt way that is so obvious, right? When they are flaunting the money, blowing it in the midst of this abject, abject poverty, you see them, man, our only problem is the leadership. Nigeria, enjoyment day Nigeria. I love Nigeria. Nigeria is a place, man, all you need to do is just get money. Just get money. Do you understand? Things that they don't really mean, you know? But in the truest sense of it, if they truly love Nigeria, they would never, in their large number, right, in their mass, they would never stand behind criminals that have unleashed the worst of the worst economic, problems on the people themselves. Do you get that? So people will complain on the one hand, and then when you see somebody say, no, we need to face them, we need to fight these people, Nigerians will say, some, where did they do this one? Who sent you? So you are asking us to go and remove this so and so, Abi. So now you will go come put there. So you end up having to fight the same people that you think you want to fight for. Some will tell you, they will say, well, it is a selfless thing. You know, we must fight for, all of us must fight for our country. We must come together and fight for our country and la 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 la. I give you your credit too. I am just saying, right, that how does that feel? Some will tell you that, I don't want to be, don't be discouraged. Even if people are not, we appreciate what you are doing, okay? But don't be discouraged, but keep doing it, okay? Just keep doing it. We are watching. And then you realize that the rogues in government, they don't even have to do anything. How lucky they are. They don't even have to do anything. Because if anybody comes for them, they are very, very sure that the same Nigerians are going to help them tear them down. And if for any reason their fellow Nigerians can't tear them down, which is impossible, they would probably so you ended up having to being dragged down by the same set of people that you think you're fighting for. So I don't know, this is how my own mind works, okay? So I will sit down sometimes and I'll be like, some certain things don't make sense. Like even if you are a APC supporter or PDP supporter or anybody who is the government of your own state, council, and be federal. Like that shit, if you are their supporters, Baba, when things get to this level, how hard is it for people to actually like withdraw such? And for the sake of the majority, for the sake of everyone, right? Speak with one voice and get rid of those who think they have so much power to suppress you when they don't. So I do sit down, I just probably just be thinking. I'll get my answer, because my answer is always like, it's not worth it. But when I put such a thought in the public like this, right, I ended up having to hear from other people to like, how do you feel? Apart from the fact that there is nothing that is going to be your motivation to say, I want to do this for Nigeria. And then you would expect people to be on the same, or majority of people to be on the same board, like on the same page. So I see, I'm just pointing it out in a way for those of you who chose to be the advocate. Some of you call yourself human rights advocates and all that. You're doing a great job though. But when you come, or when you say it out there and say we are fighting for Nigeria, and then you watch that, oh, I'm fighting for Nigeria, which means I am going to go after all the, all the abnormalities, the guys that are behind that and all that, right? Simply because you have heard majority of the people that you have had encounter with, and they have said this people are like, they are failure, they are evil, they are corrupt, we are suffering, we can barely take care of our own families, we could barely pay our medical bills, we could barely pay our school. People complain about these things. Then you watch these guys waste the same supposed scarce resources on frivolities, and then you get more probably, or should be more enraged. And then everybody talk about it. Things are tough. Things are hard with this government. And then you decided to say, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to take it upon myself and challenge these guys. And then boom. Just see this mob of Nigerians all over the place, from all classes, right? And then they will just swarm you. So you would start having to fight for your life, fight for your mental health and the rest of that. So to those of you who have found yourselves in such situation, I don't know if you are many, maybe your own little space and all that. So you may share your experience too, because a lot of people will have theirs. The thing is, Nigeria cannot be saved. If you want to save Nigeria, that means you have to have Nigerians. And these Nigerians, they must be taught the essence of, or the importance of patriotism and nation building. When you're taught that, so when these strange criminals hijack power and decide to lead you to the wrong path, but because you have been taught the real, true nationhood and nation building, patriotism, where everybody actually agrees to be in the same space. We never agreed to this one. I'll keep reminding you, no matter how much you feel about it, we never agree to this contraption. And that is why the people's interests, they are never captured in what is supposed to be the constitution of the contraption. A constitution of a country is a constitution when the people vote on it. People vote on it and say, we accept the content of this constitution. Yes, and then it will become binding on the whole country. You don't have democracy. You don't have a country. You have a creation of the British, which has lasted far, far, far longer than they themselves thought it would last. No thanks to these rogues who are now your local colonizers, right? So you need a constitution that recognizes you in Nigeria. A constitution that actually specifically identifies you, identify the place you are currently located as indigenous people, respect that, codify that, you get, nobody can touch that. That is a constitution that you can now say, okay, yeah, you have a country. Then you can say you have a Nigeria if all of us agree to call it Nigeria, right? Nigeria. then you are a citizen of that place. This is your birth land, your land of birth. This is a place that you are not just existing, you are protected by the law of the land. Something that when you begin to see the strange move of these rogues, these criminals, that is beginning to turn to a different trajectory as a citizen, as a Nigerian, if there is any true Nigerian, the first thing is it's going to be unanimous. All these killings, terrorism that the northern Nigeria elites created and forced upon Nigeria, this terrorism would have been, the real terrorists are those ones in government, right? Yeah, those are the real terrorists. So the real terrorists would have been challenged unanimously by the people of the area and say, if politicians are coming to tell you to pardon terrorists, politicians are telling you that they are rehabilitating terrorists, what audacity. So there must be consequences for that. Or you are in Nigeria, they made law. Their law says your ancestral land, your indigenous land, that you named your towns, every piece of land belongs to the government of Nigeria. Who does that? Which government? Which government owns your land? So they did that because it is in your constitution. But the constitution that the constitution that you never voted on. So it's being used to lord over you. It is that same constitution that failed to protect you as indigenous people, as Nigerians. Right? So the whole thing is so wrong from the start. The people are crying for help today. Politicians are giving them middle fingers. Politicians are proudly saying it on TV. Governors, northern governors, so the other politicians, even your president, publicly, confidently telling you that you should learn how to accept the rehabilitated terrorist. And there's no consequences because the people don't even know who they are. They just told them they are Nigerians. Oh, Nigeria. That's it. They have no idea what their citizenship actually entails because it's not even clear. Educated people are finding this conversation like this. They are finding it a little bit unsettling. Can you believe that? A very serious, important conversation that will actually make people see themselves as citizens of that country, and they have something to fight and die for. You don't have that in that contraption right now. So the whole thing you are experiencing or you are living is the creation of these rogues. And in that, they've created intentionally the chaotic space that you have today. Chaos in security, chaos in governance, chaos in economy, chaos in almost every sector. And then everybody's trying to figure out, like, how can they do? You can't do anything when you actually have no plan. They say a failure to plan is actually a plan to fail. So the criminals running Nigeria knows this. Everything is wrong with the whole arrangement. Everything is wrong. Or if you do have an agreement that makes you a Nigerian, for example, right? There will be those for, there will be those against, but there's something that will be like a common interest of the country. When people feel like, Nigerians don't feel like that right now. So when people feel like their existence is threatened and the government is trying to protect the interest of the attackers, that automatically brings a national unity against such group of people, not the terrorists. So, because without these criminals in power, the terrorists won't have any means of saying they want to even negotiate anything. These terrorists in government allowed that. And you, so divided that you couldn't face them. You can't fight them. You can't vote them out. That's not a country. So if anybody now says that Nigeria will be great, how? Countries don't become great because they can pray. Everybody says that all the time. Countries don't become great because they can pray. Israel has been in different entanglement with different countries in the last 1 year. They have never called for national prayer for once. That their God of Israel should come and defend them. But you have a people, you have a set of people far away in Africa, far away from Israel, that are calling on the God of Israel to come and save Nigeria from the terrorists. Is that not a shame? Something that you should know, that they are pure distractions created by the same system. The politicians or the pastors or the Imam Adina Sheikh, all these people, right? Religion, or they are all working hand in hand. But there must be something. They ordinarily don't even need convincing. Nobody even need to preach to you. Where you have something called the national consciousness. Nigeria will not get anything called national consciousness. Everybody, it is all man for himself right now. Do you understand? So, no matter how long you pretend about that, fighting for Nigeria is a delusion, knowing all of this. I'm fighting for Nigeria. Iwatitani, who are you fighting for? Me? No, you're not fighting for me, bro. You're fighting for yourself. So, I always make this proposal that once everybody begin to know that they have one common enemy, all of us have one common enemy, which is the enabler of whatever it is that people are facing in that contraption today. And that one enemy is APC, Egbekebe, and anything that is associated with it. It is a threat to every part of Nigeria. And I'll tell you, before you, because as usual, as a typical Nigeria, some part of your blood, don't they tell you, say, I should add APC, I should add Labour, I should add this, I should add that. I will kind of try to heal you of your stupidity too. Let me explain it to you. Nigeria is not a real place. Nigeria democracy is not real. Your Nigerian constitution is fake. And therefore, when you begin to look at how they structured it, you will realize that having this, what they call the states, you have local government on paper, right? Yet, the entire power of the country is concentrated in the hand of one person, whoever is the president of that contraption. It is so hidden. They hid it so well that they now gave the people illusion of democracy. Illusion of, we want to do election. Illusion of, we'll vote you out. That illusion. Military criminals put together Decree 24, a military enactment, and they call it 1999 Constitution. APC, Egbekebe, they make laws, they make policies, they control the National Assembly, they control the judiciary as they control the executive. You see, these three, they are enough to put your country on the right trajectory if these are not terrorist sponsor, terrorist sympathizers themselves. As an executive, you have the legislatures that will make the laws. If your laws are laws that are tailored towards one, you want to fight insecurity. So if you capture terrorists, what are you waiting for? What are you rehabilitating? Why do you have to rehabilitate a terrorist? A dead terrorist is a repentant terrorist. So a policy that is put in place that will put them before the judiciary, that will sentence them to death by hanging right away within 7 days. A policy that executes terrorists that have killed Nigerians is a policy that an executive can conveniently formulate, process and pass and execute. Policy, the policy that says any terrorist captured, you better pray as a terrorist to be killed while you are confronting the soldiers. If you are captured, you will wish you were killed when they were killing your other members. Now, a policy can take care of that. And you don't stop there. A policy that round up the sponsor of terrorism, as far as if there is an emir or been a Satan or anybody anywhere in northern Nigeria, that they have been executed or not jailed. Those who they see as a big cleric, this big that, promoting divisive rhetoric, promoting this extremism in Islam and all that, promoting these divisive rhetorics and other stuff. In that and other Nigeria, once the judiciary execute like about 30 of them, nobody needs to tell them that it is a crime. Policy. And then this issue of terrorism and all of that, even if it is not totally eliminated, it will be so much isolated that Nigerians will at least be safe wherever they are. Go back to their farm. Policies that says every thief will spend the rest of their life in jail. Whether you steal, as a public official, whether you steal 1 million or you steal 1 million naira or you steal $1 million dollars, you will spend the rest of your life in jail. And people have been convicted, sent to special prison for this particular set of policy. And watch how, you see those where the police where they collect bribe on the road, those who are demanding bribe from you, watch how everything will kind of like dissipated. Like everything will, you get, corruption go day, but it will be by choice, not by system. Choice means you participate in corruption, you wait for the consequences. Policy. But they won't do it. They won't do that. Rather than do any of this, that could have helped in the area of economy, security, and what have you, right? Rather than do any of that, they are promoting policies that continue to impoverish the people. Policies that continue to displace the people. Policies that continues to deplete the country. Policies that continue to lead the country into perpetual indebtedness. Generations yet unborn will be born into poverty, courtesy of these guys. Policies. But if you don't see it that way, it is policy that allows those other branch rogues that you call state governors in Nigeria to believe that they are like a small Hitlers, like a small, because they can get away with anything. If you want to do too much, his own people in his own state, his own tribe in his own state, they will begin to say the enemy of the anybody who is against him, they are the enemy of their tribe. But a single policy will take care of all of that. You know what I mean? Policy. So APC, Egbekegbe chose something different. They chose differently. They chose to accommodate criminals, elevate them, reward them, so that they could be very much useful as, if no one is gone, useful. And I think, again, that's why I see them as your common enemy. It is because of the misrule, misgovernance in Nigeria, especially in the last 10 years. And I know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Nigerians are so lovey-dovey, what they call them, lovey-dovey with themselves before APC came. No, I'm not saying that. People were much like discreet. People were much like reserved about, what you can call their kind of like animosity towards one another. Sometimes we bant, we joke, we just move on. APC came. Bokowari, they came with what do they call them? Scissors. I've been a knife. I've been a dagger. They now look into Nigeria to remind everybody, say, no, not be the same. Yoruba is Yoruba. Igbos are Igbos. Fulanis are Fulanis. Awusas are Awusas. Jukun, Berom, Irobo, Ijo, sorry if I don't mention yours because you have over 500 of us like that. So, pardon me. They started the knife, started putting it. It was so bad that the people of the Middle Belt have to come out to say they are not part of the North. APC divided Nigeria so bad that the people of Middle Belt that they call them Arewa, for God knows since when. But they realized that it is when it is politically convenient, that is when they will recognize them as the North. Now the Fulani terrorists have turned Middle Belt into the graveyard of Nigeria. They saw the attitude of those who are under Arewa Sharia. How joyous some of the extremists are, how happy, how supportive they are to the terrorists. The Middle Belters started saying, oh, we are not part of the North, we are Middle Belt, we are Middle Belt. Don't pretend, though. All of this came to light under Bokwari, APC, Egbekegbe. Tifnubu came and said, Emi Lokan, Yoruba Lokan. Today, the rale nonsense here has further divided the people. Today, don't pretend about it, though. APC, Egbekegbe. And it is in that division that APC maintains power. All of them just keep divided. Even if you are not divided enough, Onofunuga can probably rile their base and say, oh yeah, action. And before you know it, everywhere you turn, they see threats. They are the Yorubas, these Ronukus are threatening the Igbos. The Igbos will be threatening the Ronukus. Everybody will be madness everywhere. Courtesy of those in government. Keep them divided. That is why today, this division you are witnessing today kicked off by this APC. If you go back to 2013, 2014, whatever it is that the obedients are being accused of today, they have actually not even done 1% of what these Ronukus did. They were threatening the sitting president that they will give him bagbo treatment. Some were even threatening that if Egbere Jolantan failed to leave power in 2015, they go do what they did in 1966. Can you imagine that? We will repeat 1966. One of them said. I'm going to put it on the screen soon. Right? Take a look at this one. They so divided the place, that it became part and parcel of their campaigns. Did you feel me? Igbos, Hausas, this one, that one, under APC, Egbekegbe. One is this, 1 minute. His message for their fellow Northerner is that any Northerner who wants Peter Obi to take over Nigeria is an enemy of Islam and the North. Not just that, messages like this are not random, they are intentional. But take a look at this one. This was in 2015. Nigeria on the brink. The court judgment today will determine the fate of the country in the coming days. Get should not make us repeat 1966. This is another now. Educated, though, is a PhD holder from the North. In 2015, he said this online. He is proud that they committed genocide, killed the Igbos. But wait, Goodluck Jonathan is not even Igbo. A German from Niger Delta. A Northerner was already planning to go and kill and repeat 1966. This is Nigeria. Right? This is Nigeria. We are expecting your words. All Igbos in Abuja, Lagos, Kaduna, Ibadan, we will kill them all before we progress to that your Biafra land. My wife is from Imo, and I will kill her first. Momo. All of this, so in 2015, here is another one. So APC, Egbekegbe did all of this so well. But today, you now have some of the Igbo, what do you call it? China influencers, they call them, who are now repeating and returning fire for fire. And some of these are what some of you are seeing today. But in case you have not really been interested in their politics until now, we have been in it for a very long time. It's been so toxic. It's been so, So Bokwari now came to power. It can't messed up so bad. Guess what? Majority of these guys, after Bokwari, they now turn to sports commentators on social media. They are now talking about Manchester United versus Real Madrid. The players they signed, Chelsea signed yesterday. It should have been the Real Madrid that signed it. The Olori Brukus that created the toxicity that you are witnessing in Nigeria today. And those ones who are with Tifnumbu right now, who are furthering that division, that toxicity and the rest of that. All of this now for politics. So while the chunk of the country wallow in abject poverty, that even those in government admit to. They say, yeah, things are tough, but we are working. People should give Tifnubu time. You get? Ish. Let's take a short breather. Let me take you to Lagos. Last night, Lagos State, they want to do local government elections. So, Showore's party and the supporters and other parties, right? They went to the INEC place to get their nomination, kind of like, I don't know, maybe verified or something. And they said they have shut them out. It's like they want to stop them from even contesting against APC, not to talk of rigging them. So the rigging is starting from registration, like this one. So they now protested. This was last night. Thank you. Okay. Agbaje. Yeah, I got that mixed up. Bolagi will happen to be their first executive governor for your state. So anyway, that was Lagos. Before election at all, last year already kind of like removed the names of the opposition parties. So they had to go there and protest. I don't know the end conclusion if they finally got their names, reinstated. That's the word, reinstated. The cheating already started. That's what I'm talking about. Everything APC, Ebekebe, that they are doing, right? The system that creates them, so the system that kind of like supports them is the system that it has to be dealt with. And all these things will be history. Fighting for Nigeria. That is what it means. You have to fight Nigerians. Because you see those ones who are in their last year, they are also, they are Nigerians. They are Lagosians. Those ones who are there who want to run for office in Lagos, they are Lagosians as well. But systemically, they can get edged out, schemed out, without even them participating in the election at all. And then they will announce everybody that is on their APC, Ebekebe as winners. And then everybody will move on. Expecting good governance, expecting the, come on. Anyway, I've been corrected that the first executive governor of Oyo State was late Bola Ige Cicero. So I think Omololu Olunloyo will just have to be the after. Anyway, something happened in Ibadan 4 days ago. Yeah, it's 4 days now. It was on Friday, was it? Anyway, Soloma Kinde Ibadan, one of the former, or should I say, former member of the G-string governors of PDP. I think he was marking his second year in office. I'm sorry, his second year of his second term or his sixth year in office. I don't know, and I don't care. But he made this announcement where, as part of his, ceremonies to commemorate his, second term or so in office, right? He changed the name of Ibadan Poly. And Ibadan Poly is like, it's so easy, so short, so pretty much like, legendary sort of. I don't know. Well, the name got changed to Omololu Olunloyo Polytechnic Ibadan or Omololu Poly. So Ibadan Poly students said, no.
Well, let me just say this.
mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ library lánàá, but today we're also doing Baba another honor. As the first rector of Polytechnic Ibadan, that institution will now be named Omololu Olunloyo Polytechnic Ibadan.
So as a former rector, I'm sorry, as a first rector of the Polytechnic, when it was founded, right? So in his honor, they named the institution after him. But the student disagrees. No, we don't want that. Like my daughter, she will say, oh, I don't want it. I don't want it. So the student took to the streets to protest the change of name, but they wanted him to reverse it actually. Reverse the name. We don't want the name changed, sort of. So here.
Àwọn kí ogun ẹ máa jọ ìwọ̀n. Àwọn ọmọ tọ́ọ̀gì ẹ máa jọ ìwọ̀n.
Omololu Olunloyo ẹ ṣe ìjẹ èyí gan ẹ tó wá wà
wọ́n ti jáde, wọ́n ti gbé odidi certificate. Odidi certificate poli wà jáde tiẹ̀. Àwọn tó wà lórí ọ̀kadà fẹ́ irun wọn máa ní.
Nagbero plenty for na school. No teach person for na school.
na lie im say lie we teach.
Nagbero plenty. See there. See this one be like Korede. Even this one wey fat dey protest. This one wey short dey protest.
This one no dey protest na, e just dey.
And this one no wear bra, na part of protest. This one no wear bra, na part of protest.
You never see people where they knack each other for protest.
I never see you.
Why? Peace! Red for life! Red for life!
So they want Seyi Makinde to reverse the change of name, or they won't stop protesting. They did it during the time of Egbere Jolantan when he changed Unilag to Maulag. Should Abiola University of Lagos. Remember that time? Yeah. So it was believed that that protest or rejection was sponsored by Tifnumbu and his gang, politics of the time. So I can understand the sentiment attached to the name of the school. There are so many of the students have somehow, in fact, probably that is what got some of them to even sign up to want to go to the school. So that changing to Omololu Poly, maybe something else. But at the same time, Omololu Olunloyo is considered as one of the former leaders of your state, Abi. So And that's what they do. They honor themselves and give. Anyway, here, Kolu has now been given the title of Knight Commander of Saint Lucia. And I think it's because of that, probably they still just give to them. Their politicians, I would say. We've covered that yesterday. This one is just a mention. Saint Lucia's commander of wherever. But we kind of all know why he's in St. Lucia. It's now come to light that, well, they said a few months ago, the police in St. Lucia seized the haul of cocaine, drugs, that is worth over $5 million. So you can do with that information whatever you like. Back in Nigeria, yeah, at Songo, they said that Portable already started his campaign for Tifnumbu. I mean, is that not what I just said earlier? And the people where you want go save with that. So that energy, right? We're gonna go back to St. Lucia, but let's stay in Lagos a bit, okay? A young man has raised alarm, right? That the security of his own former school, an ex-student of a polytechnic in Lagos, right? Said that they sort of like stopped him or prevented him from gaining access into the school campus. He's an ex-student, right? He's got a business in that school that he is running. According to him, he's got like over 2 million naira business in the school. But the only reason why they won't let him enter the campus premises is because of his hair, his afro hair. In 2025, ladies and gentlemen, he shared this from Lagos.
Excuse me. I need some rubbish here for me.
Yeah, got rubbish.
I swear, look.
Azam, just go this side, please. Please, just go this side. Got rubbish. Please, just go. Got rubbish me pẹ̀lú hairstyle mi báyìí. Kí ló ṣe lè? Excuse me, people coming into the school. Excuse me, they are rough head students. I'm an ex-student. Just go. Don't push me. I say just go. Telling me. I have a business in this school. You are telling me what is the reason why I cannot enter? You know you are talking to man. What is the reason why I cannot enter this kind of thing? Just look my face. Telling me. Look my face. I'm talking to you. Just shoot back. If I slap you, what's the time? Who don't time? Who don't talk to? See, I slap you. I slap you. I'm good now. Since you coming in with rough fire, you are telling me that I must stay outside because of my inappropriate hair. You have trained me to know my rights, and now I'm telling you that I need an S-type permit for to enter the campus. You are telling me, what are you telling me? Why am I not allowed to enter this campus? I must have a reasonable reason, a tangible one, because I need it. You say she calm down. Mr. Man, what are you telling me? You say she calm down. You calm down. Tell me, still one side. So ben no let train me to be my right in school. You want something where me only one campus, money business to me, but I have something that worth more than 2 million naira. You are telling me that you stay outside. I have been sorry for over a week now. I don't have any business.
I really want stop you.
Tu sọ como fẹ́ mú ẹwà kó ma.
Manager we should not allow you to enter the
campus. Fẹ́ kí n máa lọ sí. Ṣé director ló máa sọ fún mi àbí CSOs? The CSOs had the hair that is more rougher than this, and now they are telling me that what am I supposed to do? These are appropriate hair.
Just vigilante.
Focus kini. Some security go new don't have video lelo. You're not telling me I should do what to this hair. What happened to my hair? See them, you just came out of the campus now, see them. With the hair, and now I don't know the reason why they are still keeping me waiting at the gate. With no tangible reasons. My bro, please wait, no verse, I beg. I just want to take your distance. See them. With the hairstyle. And now they say I'll be dealt with without any tangible reason. Possibility now. I was once a student of this school. I'm an ex-student. You understand? A man saw for me. Hey, they saw me from back home. I have a right. It's not possible, sir. Oh, possible. You are doing rubbish. I'm doing rubbish as how? Tell me the rubbish that I'm doing. Can you please state it as a profession? Do you have manner? Do I have manner? Are you telling me do I have manner?
Good morning, my dear. How are you?
Students, current students.
So that's a young man that cried out. Nigeria. In the big 2025, still have people who are like profiling young people because of their hairstyles or what they are wearing and all that. It's unbelievable. Anyway, The people of Nigeria who have been told that Tifnumbu has done so well for them, they are even bragging about the electricity tariff as achievement of Tifnumbu. Have you seen that? Now, Nigerians are paying more for darkness than for light. So here is your minister of darkness who is preparing himself to become the next governor of your state. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I think he's spending more time on how he's going to be a governor than how to give you electricity. Peculiar mess. Penkele mess.
We are going to engage in primary, and the best candidates will come out. Nobody will impose anybody. How can the president, who is the president of 36 states plus FCT, be interested in imposing one person as the governor of a state? He's not interested in that. He wants to win all the states for him to return as president of the second term. If he wants to achieve that, he will not create bad blood in any state. He needs to carry everybody. We all belong to Ashwaju. Everybody is from Ashwaju. You understand? Even if you have personal likeness for particular aspirants, you cannot come to the state and vote for him. The best advice Ashwaju will give me is to go to my state and work and win people to my side. And I also believe in competition. Whatever is good is not the exclusive preserve of one person. Every other person would also like to go. It is encouraged. Competition brings out the best in everybody. I'm ready to engage in healthy competition.
He's more interested in 2027. And he's got money to spend, he's a minister. So Tifnumbu is backing him. And that was him answering a question from their media there that even though he's got the upper hand, he's tried it before in 2023. He lost to Solo Makinde. So now he's going to have another shot at it. He's got money now. Yeah? A lot of you have paid so much for darkness. So where do you think the money will go? To his next election. So don't expect electricity from these guys now. But they will keep telling you that they have made it better. Everything is fine now. It's better. It's getting better. Ask them how many megawatts of it they have added to your national grid. That is when the old Kalulu will start stammering. That is what is called Kalulu. Because I don't want to keep this for later in the evening, right? So I'm going to just share it here. It is the interaction, or should I say the press conversation between Tifnumbu and the Prime Minister of St. Lucia local government. Even though they call it a country, right? It's less than a local government area in Nigeria. Like very, very, very less, far less than, But anyway, they had a media chat, and I want to share that with you since the line remained dead. Some of you still don't understand what the brunch is all about, right? The brunch time is where we can have interaction, where you can phone in anytime. But since the line is dead, I'll play this before I leave, all right? This interaction, I don't want to use it later this evening. I don't want to use it later. What is Kalu doing in St. Lucia? What is he doing in this cocaine hub? Why is he there, right? Anyway, you may never get the answer though. But here is the conversation he had with their media there for a few minutes.
Been identified. In fact, it's the president of Nigeria to St. Lucia, on behalf of the OECS heads of government, I want to thank him for taking time off to be with us. This morning, we held a joint session of Parliament where you heard from the President on his vision for the future relationships between the OECS and Nigeria. We held a high-level luncheon where the President outlined to us how the OECS would benefit from the country of Nigeria. To this effect, we have formed a joint committee which will comprise members of the Nigerian government and members of the OECS government. We have formed a joint committee which will comprise members of the Nigerian government and members of the OECS to deal with some pressing issues: education, air travel, trade, and tourism. These 4 issues will be the topics that the joint committee, comprising of members of the Nigerian government and members of the St. government. Our discussions were very fruitful, and I want to thank the President for agreeing so we can have some instant results from our meeting this morning. And again, on behalf of the OECS, I want to thank the President for his incisiveness and his wanting for our 2 countries, for our 2 St. Lucia and the OECS and Nigeria, for us to get closer together for the shared benefits of our people. As you know, we share a common history, we share a common identity, and we share a common culture. And our 2 countries will strengthen these relations, the OECS and Nigeria. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you.
I will now take 2 questions from the...
Reciprocate such gesture to strengthen mutual ties. And how soon can that be?
Well, in fact, at the joint meeting, we discussed that, and there are some islands in the OECS, St. Kitts, where there are no visa requirements. What we said is that committee will deal with all these issues, and the first on the agenda will be the people, which would come with the visa requirements. But is the first topic on the agenda for discussion. So we hope to have a speedy answer to that at the soonest possible opportunity.
Okay, so I now invite 1 question from a local media house.
From St. Lucia, please.
Okay. You can use the microphone, please.
Amazing issue. Obviously, the president's visit is a first step. How soon should we see those plans unfolding, and also, in more specific terms, the scholarship component?
Well, I am very pleased that the president immediately instructed that a committee should be formed, or will be formed. That is going to happen almost immediately. We've named our OECS side, and the president has named his Nigerian side. We expect the scholarships to happen in the next academic year. We expect students to be studying in Nigeria in the next academic year, based on the fact that the president has instructed that that should happen, and the committee will deal with it. So in the next year, we expect the scholarships to begin. Before, we have immediate action. The Director General of the OECS will meet with the Private Secretary of the President to put that committee together. The names have already been mentioned. The folks involved have already been identified. In fact,
another year, Tinubu went to Caribbean country where they are doing drug, transit and the rest, and to put something up for the camera. Tinubu is pledging free education, not just for 1, not for 2, not for 3, 16 OES countries. They call them OES, and that is, I think that is the short for Organization of Eastern Caribbean States. They call them countries, even though they are no more than the local government, right? But they call them countries, but 16 of them and their children and their students, right? They are free to go to Nigeria and get a free scholarship, education. Where is that money coming from? Tifnumbu, Mr. General Zabi? There is more. Maybe himself will explain to us where that money is coming from.
Been identified. In fact, it's possibly the first time that we've had such immediate action to form a committee immediately. That happened today. So I want to tell you that we are buoyed by that. And I'm sure with the president's instructions and the president's goodwill and the way he has expressed his desire to help the region, we expect immediate and tangible results, particularly what the president calls the low-hanging fruits, which in that case would be the scholarships and the visa requirements. We expect that to happen almost immediately, as I said, probably within the next academic year, as far as the scholarships are concerned.
Thank you very much. I believe we can take advantage of our presence in Parliament and ready to actualize our, dreams of getting closer to facilitate, business opportunities, education opportunity, capacity building, and look at other areas of agriculture and food security. We can easily do that by having, a working commission. And we don't have to look further away. The organization themselves, they've indicated the number of, actually, the Director General of the OECS. We work with my personal private secretary. The name of those we needed has been indicated, and we are moving forward from there. We won't drop the ball.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I will now open the floor for the final question from the Solution Press.
Ryan Daisy again. Yes, I know we spoke about as well low-hanging fruit, those areas that we can attack quickly. What would be one of the more difficult, or some of the more difficult areas to tackle?
I don't look at difficulties. I look at problem solving. And that is why the working lunch promoted that quick understanding of what could be your expectation of difficulty. I just a little melting point in bureaucracy. If we work less and take a geometric definition of straight line, which is the quickest point between 2 points. So if we move on a straight line, we get our goal achieved quicker, and there will be no problems.
Thank you very much. We've come to the end of this press briefing.
Kolu, promising free education. They can put the committee together sharp, so that. But do you promise me that your people are not going to stop my people from doing business? No. This one that you have done for our island, everybody in the island is happy that their children will go to Nigeria and they are going to get education from Nigeria, go to Ado-Ekiti University, send them to Abuja University, or send them to Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto. All expense paid by Nigeria, every penny paid. Yeah, so that if Numbu can write it and say he helped train descendants of slaves in St. Lucia and other areas, and at the same time also cemented the transit routes for their drug trade. Don't be fooled though. So figure it out and say, how much do you think it's going to cost to give them education? We can tell them we give them free education. So, how much is the drug they seized? Pablo, $5 million. That is not much. No, that's not the problem, Pablo. The real problem is that we have another shipment that is going to pass through their place. That one is about $60 million. We don't want them to seize it. Do you have time to possibly just tell your people that you are going on holiday? And holiday don't change to, or is there as the helper of the Caribbeans. All right. I can do that one. What if I had visa waiver to it? Oh, Pablo, makes sense. Add visa waiver to it. Give them diplomatic mission. You are very smart. You know what? Oh yeah, go and fuel the plane. And that is why today is in St. Lucia, promising them same thing that Nigerians can possibly just dream of. I don't know if you know. You see all the funding for different kinds of academic pursuits. Like those of you who usually get this government funding, the Northerners benefit a lot from that. But all of that is gone now. Tifnumbu has removed all fundings that is connected to education in Nigeria. If you are currently on federal government funding, schooling abroad, you're probably on your last, you're on your last pay. You're not getting anything anymore. As what's that guy's name? Alausa, or what's that guy's name? The one he appointed as Minister of Education now, right? He's already cancelled the whole thing. Nigeria used to subsidize the Unity School, federal government universities. Tifnumbu came and removed all of that and gave them student loan plus 20,000 naira pocket money for just a fraction of that same student. But he's in St. Lucia. I'll take this, so I guess somebody on the line, but I'm already planning to kind of pack up, right? But here is the caller. Hello.
General.
Baba.
It's me, Egwai, from America.
Hey, say that again, though. Egwai. Did you say Egwai?
Egwai.
I'm on Egwai. I know is what. Well, anyway. Egwai. How you doing, Baba?
I was just waiting for you to go more in depth in your analysis. I was waiting for.
I just got to an interesting one, though. Even though it's also the time I wanted to also pack and leave. Here you are, Baba. You the hearer, you the see so.
Everything, every single clip you played and all your analysis today, A1 is a big jackpot. ODB.
Yeah.
But the one that actually caught my attention is this bombshell that you just played right now. This last one. You see, I'm starting to now understand my little research that I've been doing in my own little corner. It's now making sense now. It's now making sense now with what you just played and with what you just played right now and what you just did. You see, for the past,
makes sense now, Baba. St. Lucia,
for the past,
Baba, the whole country here, right? The whole island, not one St. Lucia, the entire 16 island, their entire import in a year, all of them, not one, all of them combined is $750 million.
Exactly.
Import.
Yeah. Exactly. See, you see, last week, right? I stumbled across this article on Apple News. You know, because I always read a lot of like news from my phone. So like, you know, Apple News. I subscribe to Apple News Premium. I stumbled across this news on Apple News about Festus Keyamo trying to have a deal with Jamaica to be flying from Nigeria to Jamaica direct flight. Right?
Yes, he did that. I remember. You're right. Now it's all connected. But I said everything is linking up now. It's making sense. But how could they follow you? Go on.
Yeah. Then a couple of days later, right? I made that news, right? When I first read that Festus Keyamo news, I made that news my favorite on the news. So that anytime there's a breaking news or something, it will pop up as fast as it can on my Apple News dashboard.
Right.
Couple of days later, another news popped up about Kolu discussing with Brazil that he wants to open. They want to do 100 million. Is it 100 million or $100 billion deal with Brazil for agriculture?
14
for
billion. They signed a contract
trade,
of 14 billion. With
yes,
the biggest
with
farm
agriculture,
in Brazil.
trade, kinikon for food security. I was now wondering, which one is this one again? Which one is food security? Between Nigeria and Brazil, who has the biggest land? If there's no insecurity in Nigeria, feed the Brazil. What is going on here?
God bless you, Baba. You dey feel am?
I was like, what is going on here? So with this St. Lucia again, everything is now making sense. IMF Nigeria cannot borrow money anymore because what is going on? Is Tinubu trying
fund in Nigeria? You just say that will go enough?
Is Tinubu trying to use the Ruto tactics? Because you know the Ruto tactics. Let me send Kenyan police to 80 so that American government can show some mercy on me.
Show some.
Because why is it that all of them
always carry me? They go right now. I don't know, but it can't be like say I'm interested though.
Because I've been doing my investigation in my little tiny corner for the past 1 week. With the one that you just play right now, it is now making sense.
I just give you a part of the piece of the puzzle now, Abi.
The final piece of the puzzle that I've been putting together for the past 1 week, because I'm trying to understand, like, what exactly is going on again
in this South America or this Caribbean? Something is happening.
As the World Bank finally chased Nigeria away from borrowing money, or what is going on? Because I don't understand I know the Caribbean, we can call them our distant cousin, yes, but still, do we have to be going to them and be doing some deal? We are the one that's supposed to be funding them.
Maybe that is why he went there to go and give them free education, He went there as a big brother.
Because he can write, now, Kolu can easily write a whole document. IMF, look at what I'm doing to the Caribbean island. United States government, look at what I'm doing to the Caribbean island. I'm giving them a free education. I opened the door to Nigeria economy for the Caribbean island. We are doing agricultural. Now, America and IMF and all these world banks and everything, they can be like, no, you know what? Nigeria is actually helping these other countries that we are actually helping. We can also fund Nigeria, and Nigeria is closer to them. Nigeria can actually do you understand the whole magic?
Because I'm still trying to see the direct benefit to Nigeria in all of this. Because Nigerians are already traveling to all these countries to go and see these descendants of the, you know what I mean?
It's like
they have been going there as tourists.
So it's like Kolu is trying to go through the back door,
right?
To get a bigger cut for himself.
Or maybe something.
Because I don't understand.
Maybe something even bigger cooking.
Or even something bigger. So now I started questioning that. Is it that IMF is now questioning the ability of Nigeria to borrow money, or the World Bank is now questioning that? Because I don't understand. Because anytime a specific country is looking for a favor in the hands of World Bank and IMF and the American government, They go to the Caribbean island to give them to help them out, to get some type of a feedback from this organization.
I have never thought it that way as well. So something
that is why Ruto sent Kenyan police to Haiti to go help cover the instability that is going on over there. That is why, so that he can get some type of some pity from all these big organizations.
I don't think he's probably even getting that yet, because Kenyans themselves are pretty much on his on his ass right now.
Exactly. So now, that's why I said I think Kolu is using the Ruto tactics, because three places within a month, there's something fishy going on. There's something absolutely fishy going on.
Yeah.
Because Festus Keyamo talking about a direct flight from Nigeria to Jamaica. Nigeria to Jamaica that they've been flying for so long. Is it today? Is it in 2025 that this man is talking about Nigeria to Jamaica direct flight?
He wants to bring it back. Anyway, AY, thank you very much for that for that angle, from that perspective.
Yes.
A lot of people are currently probably tapping into that too right now and say, well, you know what, I've got a different theory and I would love to hear it. But AY,
all right,
enjoy the rest of the morning, okay? Have a wonderful one.
And you.
Cheers, Papa.
Bye.
Yes, sir. So you see, if you sit back, I know it. I am not the only person who is always have this this thoughts, you just get to think aloud enough that before you know it, you begin to work it out in your head piece by piece, and you can make a prediction. Yes, you can. But people are pretty much occupied with so much these days that they have decided to subletted their thinking, what have you, to others, like, just do it for me. Here is one proud Runuku that somebody went to this afternoon, and there are many like this. This one is also a pastor.
No wonder. Hello, people. Good morning. This is one of the redeemed pastors that is supporting bad governance in Nigeria. He clearly told me right now that Tinubu APC government is better than the whole government in Nigeria since the invention of democracy in Nigeria. So I kindly want him to explain how Tinubu's government is better.
I'm not explaining anything. I'm not explaining anything. If people are listening, listening to me right now, they will know. Go and start the comparison from the previous government and this present government. See, I'm not a politician. I'm not in support of bad government. But all I know is that some of the implementation in this Tinubu regime is implementing are the things that are supposed to be working for us positively in Nigeria. But because him alone, or if you look at before, I was totally against the past government. What is it called? Buhari regime. Buhari regime. But
they can't explain it. That's how daft many of them are. You'll be hearing, you do know that many Nigerians are not really educated. They are only educated in about reading and writing. They are very daft. When you ask them, like, why are you in support of something that is completely against you? Like, you look at you. Then they'll begin to want to explain in a way that you can see their shallow mind and all that. They are so shallow. They are telling themselves that if Tinubu is making some decisions that were supposed to have been made a long time ago, we are supposed to have removed subsidy long time ago. We are supposed to, and they believe that if Tinubu that is doing it now, and whatever they are going through right now, they are still going to enjoy it later. How daft can people be? Like, you are seeing what is so obvious that what these guys are telling you is so different from what they are doing. That is why you are not seeing any results. But they are telling themselves, he's making decision, he's sure you get. That's how they explain it. Then the next day they will say, me, I'm not even in support of APC. Me, I'm not a politician. But I just know that, because he's yet somebody who is paid. He didn't know that they pay people to tell them these lies. Tell you that increasing your electricity tariff without increasing your electricity generation and distribution is a good thing. They should have done it. Removing subsidy from the petroleum product, increasing the same petroleum product by over 400%. Okay? And then the same money stolen and looted from the federal to state to local government. They are seeing them, but they are telling themselves that he's making decision to save us. When you ask them, where is the money from the subsidy? They've shared it. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Sometimes when people call me, they want to go and listen to themselves on the, what do you call it? On the screen. Listen, if your intention is to call in and, the screen you should be staring at should be your phone, okay? Don't be calling me and at the same time be listening to your what do you call it, to your screen, because you want to hear your voice and see if it is. Can you hear me? Hello? It's annoying as fuck, man, okay? So here, hello.
Hello, my ego.
Hey, milady. How are you, ma'am?
My dear, I'm fine now. How are you?
Well, I'm fine as well. Thanks for asking. So you're up, you're up with us this morning again, right?
Yes.
That's beautiful. So here we are. So which part do you want to contribute to? Is it the part where we are asking those who are fighting for Nigeria and also fighting Nigerians? Or is it the part where we are watching these rogues playing the big brother that they are not? So St. Lucians, my lady.
My ego.
Huh?
Because the rate everything is going, see, now it is. I just want Nigeria to know one thing. Now this thing we call government, this one is no more government for the people by the people. No. It is now government for my own, my belly and my future unborn generation. That is what they are practicing.
That's what they have
Those
become now.
people that they call themselves government. That is what they are practicing now. And they are doing it on the detriment of the 200 and whatever millions Nigerians. Now, another thing I want to say is, this picture you just showed now of a redeemed pastor saying that Tinubu is this is that. I don't blame him more. Do you know that when I traveled last year, and I went to church, it was supposed to be a Thanksgiving service. Or more Thanksgiving service turned to, that is why some people did not enter. That is why they did not win. Because they say they will turn night vigil to work. That's why they will never win. That is why our own people enter. And now looked up and like, is this preaching or what? Before you know it, Obi will never rule Nigeria. Glory altar or long.
In the church.
I tell you.
And the people who are the victims of the one ruling, they are saying, hey, man,
I tell you. I just sat and I'm like, I just told my auntie, I'm not sure if I was on service.
I don't want to come back here.
Because I was, number one, I was disappointed that even a man of God will stand on that altar and bring in politics into the into God's whatever. So what am I trying to say? You see, apart from him telling people online, right, paying people online to be talking about him, or anytime people say things about him, they are there to counter them. Yeah, I'm saying, I think he's also doing it to the churches.
Tinubu now, my sister. Tinubu and Soron Tinubu is somebody who will say, if you have association of barbers, Tinubu will ask for your leader. If you have association of road sweepers, Tinubu will ask for your leaders. He deals with groups. Do you get that now? And his money is always allocated to groups. If you are up to 1,000 groups, right? He believes that if all of you collect his money, there is a chance that half of you will be on his side eventually, even if half will remain indifferent, right? That's Tinubu for you. He will pay anybody and everybody because he believes that everybody has a price.
Wow.
No. And the money will go to the remotest places that you would never believe it.
I tell you. So if he can be this smart, can't he just use it? Nítorí Ọlọ́run.
To run the country good. No, that's what I'm saying. That okay, let's assume say you are APC supporter, which is your right. Here you get. You are Tinubu supporter, it's also your right. But when Tinubu make policies that affect even you and everyone around, do you feel comfortable by pretending that, yeah, you are affected, though, but rather than cry and join others, you would rather join Tinubu to condemn them? How does that make people feel?
Why? You have all the resources. Why not even at least for once? We need road. We need school. We need hospital. People are dying in different states with terrorists. Can you just at least help them and save your face? Save your face and say, okay, at least when I was in a president, this is what I did. Right? Now, the other time, Cham was saying people don't really need Obi, to come out and say, do this before they do this. That is the truth. And one of my brothers too said, obedience is not actually Obi alone. Now, I understand what he was trying to say. And in my own time, I want to break it down to say, you see, Mayegun, you are here now telling us about what is happening, right? And you have professors, you have doctors, you have people of intelligence, you have people of high caliber, people that are well respected. They are watching this your show. Why are they doing it? It is not because it is you, Mayegun. It is because you're always coming to tell us the truth. It is because you're always consistent, right? And you don't take rubbish. You did not bring in politics. You did not bring in what are they calling it? Religion. You did not bring in tribalism and all that. You didn't bring it into this show. No. You make sure everybody goes along with whatever tribe, whatever religion,
whoever is involved,
whatever is
wherever they come from. We put everything in the screen like this.
Yes. Everybody goes along with it. Right. Now, I want to say, people that are now watching you that believe in what you are doing, they call themselves a temple of truth, right?
Templars.
The Templars. Now, if something happens and you come out today to say, this is what happened, no, you people should not go this way. You know that we will believe you.
I know.
We will not go that way.
At least a handful of people would. Yes.
Thank you. So that is the same thing with Obi. Now, the truth is that name obedience came out when Obi came out that he wanted to rule the country. True or false?
It is.
That was when that obedience came out.
It's true.
Now,
it is his own movement. Go on, ma'am.
Thank you. So people are obeying him because of the kind of a person he is. We have tried him, we have seen him, we have gone to Google him and find out that at least for all the governments, Obi, 98% is okay. So the truth is, nobody will want to do anything if he did not give the command. Let us say it as it is. Because we respect him and we believe in him, right? But now, as it is in 2027, going to 2027, I want to believe that Obi himself has seen that this obedience, that Obi is obedient to the core, that even when they are killing him, he's sitting down and looking at them. No, obedience are not for that. Obedience are now saying, you rig, you die. Whatever you
saying
do,
it, and I actually need to help. I need to help them kind of amplify it. Do you understand, Ma? Right?
Yes.
Right now, Obi is now saying what happened in 2023 will never happen again. You cannot read this. Now, some are saying this; they are just like not normal, like all talk. But the obedient themselves are more determined enough that they are saying, no, it's not just talk.
No, it's not just talk.
Do you get that now? So I think they are likely going to see a different Obi this time around. And a lot of us are going to be shocked. Wow.
So if the bats, right, they feel, okay, we are bats, we do evil things and all that and get away with it. They shouldn't worry.
So, my lady.
We are not even going to say we want to kill people or whatever. But you see that thing they are doing, that evil, they do it, they die. That is just it. So you see, Nigeria, may God help us. 2027. I know that even some people don't really believe in that election or whatever anymore.
I am number one of
but
those
I just
who
want to say,
don't.
let's just give it.
Well, you know
yes,
one thing
even
is
me too, I
that
don't.
I respect, see, that's what I've been telling people as well. Okay, you remember that I told people on Mayegun's Diary Political that you are not in support of this, their one Nigeria, this, their election, this or that, does not mean that you should, by any means, and join the Ronukus to shut down those who are challenging them. Because if you join them to condemn Obi, simply because you don't believe in this, their charade and all that, right? You are actually doing the job of Tifnumbu for him easily.
That is it.
Because the job of Tifnumbu and those they are paying is to make sure that everything of you will be obedient is completely neutralized, that they are never a threat. Now, if you are doing it and say, this will be, it's not like this, I hate this one, I'm like, people say they do it, but I just kind of like, shocked, like, they are doing Tifnumbu's job for him. But on Mayegun's Diary Political, there's a potential I see in the obedient that made me to believe that they are those in the right position to challenge the system. Now, it's not like 100% they probably are going to be able to get rid of the system, and it's also not impossible, right? But to me, I believe that obedient are those who have the number, who have the clear head, who have the conviction to stand up and mean it against this establishment. There are those who won't ask you for money before they come out to do anything. That alone, right? For them to put down millions makes them potential threats, not just to APCO, but to the entire establishment of Nigeria.
To the entire establishment,
I want the establishment to get into trouble where a sizable number of people are going to take them on. And that's why I'm putting my money on the obedient, by the way. So I want the establishment to use their power to try to rig them, to try to crush them. I want to see how they will be able to handle that. Ma'am, let's take another one. Thank you so much.
Okay, my dear,
for this,
take care.
I'll take another one. So I have another call. Oh, sorry. So the reason why I do not want to come on to Mayegun's Diary Political and just be that Mayegun that some would like to see, the Mayegun that is just going to sit here and tell you that except people support the breakup of Nigeria, you get now, we are going to continue to trash all of them. Guess what? We won't get the breakup. The criminals in charge of Nigeria will not have any opposition. At the end of the day, it is going to be a lose-lose. So what we are doing now is to make sure that those of you who are going to be part of their charade, right? Your intention is to ensure that the establishment this time around doesn't get away. The establishment is doing everything to make sure that they get away. And that is where my own money is. Because I know the whole thing is a charade, by the way. So here, I think we have Adeiza from Edinburgh.
Yeah, Mayegun.
Yes, sir.
Mayegun, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Baba.
How are you today? I'm good.
Beautiful.
Thank you for your consistencies.
Thank you very much as well for yours. Because now the thumb up. Sure you get. As I show, yourself they turn up. If you don't turn up, there will not be me coming to show. So thank you, Adeiza, please.
Yeah. Like since the administration of APC from Buhari to Jagaban, you see that there is no clear direction for the people, because it is the vision of the leader, understand, that people carried out. Just like you have an organization, it is whatever the management staff decided that every other person follow. But when you look at the people that are leading the ship, they don't have clear direction at all. They come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Because there has not been any tangible change you can trace to administration of APC since Buhari came to power, and 8 years waste the resources, turn Nigeria backward 40 years. And this Jagaban came, and he continued where he started, because throughout his administration of the little campaign he did, because actually he did not actually, in fact, you know that during that period,
promise, exactly.
Whenever they invite him to speak, even when he comes to Chatham House, he says he's not going to speak.
You know?
Understand that I'm the first person, so I don't want to reveal my strategies. Understand? I don't want people to copy my strategy.
Called teamship. Erufaya should answer that question on security.
Yeah.
This one should answer a question on resources. That one should answer and he called it teamship. A mockery, man. Total mockery.
It just like as a Daniel Buhala said that anybody that follow APC, it seems that person has a mental problem. Understand?
No doubt.
Because anybody that tries to defend APC at whatever reason, that person, if it's in the UK here, should be in care home that people are looking after. Because I have not seen any justifiable reason for somebody to support, even the governor that has defected.
Yes, you are supporting APC. Great, fine, good.
Yes.
Is this what you supported? Like, is this what you wanted when you are supporting them? In Nigeria like this, is this what you wanted? Is that not a time where you get to see like, oh, no, be waiting, I wanted to be so? Or the reason the problem is that Nigerians who identify themselves as Nigerians, they actually don't love Nigeria. They love their criminals.
Yes.
You get that now? And they
Just
pretended to make it look like they love Nigeria. No. You don't love Nigeria. You love your criminals. Own it.
Okay. Like all the places that he has been visiting since he came to power. What tangible investment has he attracted to Nigeria? Rather, he wastes the taxpayer resources down to the place, flight there, stay there, enjoy himself, and come back without any benefit to the country. So he go to a place where people will celebrate him. He go to a place just like in Animal Kingdom. You go to a place you can dominate. If he come to UK, nobody know he came here. Nobody will give him that power now. If he come to UK, come to America or Canada, nobody will give him that. Nobody will even know that he come to. So he go to those little places.
He's got nothing to offer anybody, right? This guy is using the presidency of Nigeria to further their cartel, conglomerate, and all of that. And I can't wait for the scandal, by the way, Adeza. It's going to be like mind-boggling. Like, really? They use Nigerian aircraft to carry cocaine? Yes, they did. You know, when stuff like that begin to make it, there's no direct benefit to that contraption. None. And the guy is looking for validation as well, right?
Yes. So when you look at all they are doing is to make noise. They pay attention to social media reply than doing the job. You ring yourself for 4 years. You have not even done any meaningful change for 2 years for the people. People are crying. People are dying. I was in Nigeria in April/May. What I saw is an eyesore. Understand? So I know what I'm saying. It's an eyesore. When I go back to the airport, when I go to the airport, I say thank God that I'm returning back.
Adeza.
Yeah, I say thank God when I go to the airport, I say thank God I'm returning back to UK without any dent on my body. Because anywhere you go, there's insecurity here and there. Things are happening. You people are adopted in their homes. And no police are there, police output are there. There's no anything that they do. They keep on making noise. Understand? So, I used to repeat this statement of quote this man, Martin Luther Jr. He said, no slave master voluntarily allowed the slave to go on the slave demand for it. Slave demanding for freedom, there will be inevitability. Things will happen. People will die. There will be shed of blood. And you cannot make peace without fight. But as long as people still begin to appreciate these evil men, some church leaders, some Islamic leaders are appreciating them because they get some little chunk from them. Until the people, they are subordinate, begin to revolt against them. Understand? There's no going ill. Issue of 2027 that they are clamoring for now. I'm telling you, except by divine intervention, the man will still come back, because if they did not do what they're supposed to do now, to do everything concerning the election and make everything, because that's why I expect the opposition to be working on
electoral reform, and at the same time take the power of appointing INEC returning officer, INEC chairman away from any president. Maybe that can be a start.
If they did not do that, after they did the election, they will deploy police and security. Anybody see, kill and go. And that's nothing will happen. After 1 month, everybody will come down.
Go back to Chai.
So that's
people are saying that if Nigeria, if Tifnumbu gets a second term and APC, then he managed to get 8 years.
it will be worse.
Nigeria, they cease from the Nigeria you are seeing today. I don't know what that means, but sounds good. Anyone that is going to try to make it cease, that all of us can probably like from the ashes, what do you call it? The new countries will rise. I will probably sign. I'll ask you where. What do you want me to sign? I want to sign to that one. So we'll see how far they push it to. Some are saying that this year 2027 is so crucial. They say it is for the survival of Nigeria. I've heard that many times too, right? Like almost every time.
That's what they say in 2023 now. You remember now?
They say 2023 is the lifeline of Nigeria will not survive. They're ready to tell us that one now for 2027, right? So I want to see how that
by
plays
the time
out.
they misbehave, by the time they ring the election, they deploy security everywhere. Everybody will go back home.
Get ready for 2031.
After 2 weeks, they will say in the next 4 years. The next 4 years,
just 4 years
you will live there.
It will soon finish.
Because we easily absorb such and continue our life. Understand? So
it's unbelievable.
That is the issue. So until people wake up from their slumber, because when you look at what is happening in Nigeria, people who are supposed to be in the forefront, they are just at the back. Understand? They are not taking action. They are not moving anything from religious leader to other people. Nobody seems to be talking anything. Everybody just seems to keep quiet. People are dying. People are being killed. Go to hospital. You see, I went to Nigeria. Many people that I know, they have gone young and old. I said, what happened to them? Some just slump. Some just sleep. They didn't wake up. Some were killed. Some were attacked. And that's all. Nobody said, okay, we are going to stand on this. As a Benue issue happen, we are waiting for the next other one now.
And now before we react again.
It's not a prophet of doom. You know, it become a social media issue, but it has died down completely now. The people now, they are in IDP now. Nobody cares for them. They only feed them that very week. So everybody's on his own now. So the next thing now, again, you see shout. Nobody will say, okay, what happened here now? We have to clamp down on this leader. How many of them? They are not only up to 2% of the whole Nigeria that are destroying the system. The institutions are dead. But the power still remains in the hand of the people. Even the people who are supporting the APC, they are also victims of the same government.
That's what I am saying, right?
But because of the little thing they are seeing,
I'm saying that if all of us complains about these things, because we can see them, we can feel them, we are seeing the victims and all of that. If all of us agree that things are not working well, why is it so difficult for all of us to back the people that are taking these guys up on it? Or rather,
it's fear.
Fear?
It's fear. Right. You know, as me and you are here, you can go anywhere, anytime. Understand? When I went to Nigeria, I didn't go out of my room. If I go manage to stay out like that, I'll come back because, you know, even the same people in your environment can kidnap you. Because you don't need to travel for you to be kidnapped now. So understand? You know, before in the past, when you come out from abroad, you know, you try to take a stroll, you greet people even know you are around. I still in the community where I go, people don't know that they because by the time you fall victim, they say you are from abroad. They want to collect money where you never make for life. I just gently walk gently and return back to where I am. Here I can go any place, anywhere it is. I'm not afraid of anything.
It is that same place, that same Nigeria, or Kogia, which is your state, right? It's the same place that 15, 20 years ago, before the advent of this APC, in that place, right? You probably will be booking to take your children there, planning on where you want to go to, and you only get to worried about possible armed robbers. And you wouldn't even care then, armed robbers. No, I mean, but now, we don't even want to risk it, taking your children, your family to go see your beautiful
I
state.
talk to do you know, say before I travel, I told my children now, when I will say, Dad, if it is what we are hearing on the radio, even you that is good, we are afraid of you.
Yeah. We are
what has been registered in their mind.
The people we don't say they're scared of you. You they go Nigeria. So do you see that? Some people need to understand the psychological effect of this on the people, right? Where people have been made to stay away from Nigeria. I'm talking about people who are like not even from the hot spot or zones per se, But for security, they have stayed away. And those who are going back, they have been careful taking their children to. Those who took their family back, they have been careful where to take them to in their own country. How is that normal? How can anybody sit anywhere in the world and say people are just being emotional when they are talking about APC? APC brought this upon Nigeria.
They confess to it now. They confess to fight them. They confess. They confess.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how could anybody not be mad with that?
My bro, I was in Glasgow last 2 months. I came to Glasgow to do something.
Right.
When I was coming to at a Buchanan station, I enter a bus coming to Edinburgh. A particular woman, a white woman, came closer. He sat beside me. In the course of we are on transit, we begin to interact. How are you? I'm fine. Which country are you from? I said Nigeria. I said, oh, terrible. Understand? He said, so terrible because the woman has traveled to many places in Africa. He began to tell me everywhere he has gone to and the rest of them that what is happening in Nigeria is appalling. No wonder he's seen black, anywhere you see Nigeria have become ubiquitous everywhere. In fact, I don't know how to defend because it is very obvious. Something he was even saying, I don't even know it.
I mean,
so when they think people don't know what is happening.
Oyibo travels a lot. Some of them will tell you about Nigeria, that you have places in Nigeria that you have not, you with them born there, you've never been there.
So until people actually rise up, to the summary of it that people must rise up. I know it will happen one day, but I don't know. But people, it can't continue like this.
It can't, or it shouldn't continue like this.
Hunger everywhere.
If normalized it. You know, Adiza.
Thank you for your consistency. Yeah.
Thank you, Baba.
Yeah.
You know, enjoy the rest of the day, and we're grateful for your contribution as well, right? So I am going to call it a noon. Get back to you later in the evening. So I have a story I'm going to share with us later this evening. If you please join me, it will be great, because I am going to be seeking for your help for a mother whose son has gone missing for the past 6 years. She made all possible efforts, including tracing the child to Ghana, where his bank account was indeed used, money in that account withdrawn, and this was like years ago. The problem, or should I say the stumbling blocks that she faced in Nigeria from the authority that were supposed to help her, including the kind of humiliation that she suffered in the hands of bloggers on these streets. So she's approaching us on the Temple of Truth. And tonight, I am going to bring her to tell her story, because we need help. We need to find this child. Even if he's no longer alive, this family needs a closure. A crying mother needs a closure. So I'm going to need your help. So later tonight, as part of our program later, I will bring that individual up and she will tell her story. And then we'll take it on from there. Right? So thank you so much, everyone, for your time again in the brunch time. Please learn to call in right away. I can take your call the first half an hour that I start the program, okay? You don't really have to wait till the end, but it's just that we are so used to that, right? So I am going to see everybody later this evening, inshallah, by the grace of God. Abi? I'll see you. And until then, please don't forget, like the broadcast, okay? Like it, share it, and other stuff. And join me later this evening, if you can.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Naibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún Diary Naibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Naibi number one. Máyégún Diary political. Máyégún Diary Naibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún Diary Naibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún Diary Naibi number one. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó. Máyégún Diary Naibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.